Hello, this is Shankar Reddy, lecturer in political science from Government Junior College for Girls, Maradpalli, Secunderabad. Today we are going to discuss about kinds of sovereignty. In previous classes, we covered the introduction part of the sovereignty and the meaning of sovereignty, then definitions of sovereignty, different aspects of sovereignty, finally features of sovereignty. Up to this we covered. Sovereignty is the supreme power. Sovereignty is the supreme power. Supreme power. This supreme power derived from the superaneous. Superaneous Latin word. Latin word. Which means what? Supreme power. This was the final apex power enjoyed by sovereign. That means enjoyed by the state. Who enjoyed the sovereignty power? Here popularly known as state enjoyed the sovereignty power. The sovereignty power, according to the Jean Bodin, is the supreme power over the citizens and subjects unrestrained by law. Unrestrained by law. That means it was not restrained by even law also. It was a supreme power over the citizens and subjects. So Jean Bodin clearly defined sovereignty power. It was the fourth essential element of the state. Understood? State have four essential elements. Out of them, sovereignty is the fourth essential element as the life of the state. Without the sovereignty, no state is existed. Okay. So here, sovereignty is the that means indivisible, absolute, inalienable, universal in nature, permanent in nature. Already we discussed. Exclusive in nature also. So now we are going to cover different kinds of sovereignty. What are the different kinds of sovereignty? First, we have to mention all kinds of the sovereignty here. The first one, sovereignty is nominal sovereignty, and the second one is that real sovereignty. Nominal. It was the 5 marks question in examination point of view. At the same time, 2 marks one. Most of the 2 marks questions asked from this area. Please concentrate. We are going to cover even the concepts also here, right? So nominal sovereignty, real sovereignty. At the same time, legal sovereignty. Here I will mention legal sovereignty, and then fourth one, political sovereignty. And finally, popular sovereignty, and sixth one, de jure sovereignty, de facto sovereignty. Clearly I mentioned different kinds of sovereignty: nominal sovereignty, real sovereignty, legal sovereignty, political sovereignty, popular sovereignty, de jure sovereignty, de facto sovereignty. Okay, let us try to understand one by one. So most of the 2 marks questions asked from this area. Please concentrate on this. The firstly, nominal sovereignty. Sovereignty power means supreme power over citizens and subject unrestrained by law, according to Jean Bodin. This power enjoyed by the person or the group of the person by namesake is called as nominal sovereignty. Understood? The powers by name only. Understood? The powers by name only, not in practical, not in real manner. By name, he enjoyed the power. On the name of the person, some other enjoyed the real powers. Understood? That's why nominal sovereignty power enjoyed by the person or the group of the persons by namesake only. Example, the very popular example is that Queen of England. Queen of England or King of the England. King or Queen of the England enjoyed the power by namesake only. On the name of King or Queen, Prime Minister enjoyed the powers in England. Understood? That's why here they are enjoyed the powers by namesake. Understood? In India, who are the nominal sovereign? President of India. President of India. President of India is the best example of nominal sovereign because on the name of the President of India, all those powers enjoyed by the Prime Minister of India. Here, who enjoyed the nominal powers? President enjoyed the nominal powers. Prime Minister of India enjoyed the real and practical powers. This is called nominal sovereign. Once again, nominal sovereignty, power enjoyed by the person or the group of the person by namesake only, by namesake, by name only. Understood? On the name of the person, some other enjoyed the powers, that is called nominal powers or nominal sovereign. Best example, King or Queen of England. And in India, President of India. They are the best examples of nominal sovereignty or nominal sovereign. So in examination point of view, if they asked nominal sovereignty as 2 marks 1, what is the answer? Nominal sovereignty is the sovereignty which is by namesake, which is by namesake only. Here the powers enjoyed by name, real powers enjoyed by some other. Who are the best examples? Give the examples here. King or Queen of the England and President of India in India. Understood? So these are the examples. Nominal sovereign. Clear? I thought it's very clear because here nominal in the name only the answer is existed. Understood? You have to derive the name. You have to concentrate on the name. Nominal, nominal, by name, the powers enjoyed. Real, the powers in real. Legal, the powers in legal. Political, the powers in political. Clear? The name only gave the answer here. If you concentrate, easily we can get 2 marks. Okay? Then the real sovereign. Real sovereignty, it is opposite of the nominal sovereignty. Understood? The real sovereignty means the sovereignty power which is in real manner, or practical manner is called as real sovereignty. Understood? The powers of the sovereignty here, the power of the sovereignty enjoyed by the person or the group of the person based on the practical manner, real manner, original powers. Originally the powers enjoyed by whom? Here the sovereign. Who is the real sovereign? Who is the real sovereign who enjoyed the original power, who enjoyed the real powers? The best example is that Prime Minister of England, Prime Minister of India are the best example of real sovereign. Understood? Real sovereignty means the sovereignty which is in practical manner. The sovereignty which is in real manner is called as real sovereign. The best example is that Prime Minister of England. Prime Minister of England, at the same time Prime Minister of India. They both are enjoyed the powers in practical manner, real manner. Okay, so that's why here real sovereignty is the one type of the sovereignty. Based on this one, the Prime Minister of England in England, Prime Minister of India in India enjoyed the real powers. It's very clear, I thought. Is it against the nominal sovereign? Yes, it's clearly against the. It's clearly opposite of the nominal sovereign because on the name of Queen and King in England, who enjoyed the real powers? Prime Minister of England enjoyed the real powers. He was the kingmaker in England. Okay, you know that the Prime Minister played prominent role in England as well as in India because they are the real sovereign. What they thought, that is the final. Because without the aid and advice of the Prime Minister of England in England, Prime Minister of India in India, President or King or Queen cannot do anything. That means they worked based on the advice of the Prime Minister. Here, who played the prominent role? Prime Minister played the prominent role in England as well as in India. That's why real sovereignty is the original sovereignty, practical sovereignty enjoyed by the Prime Minister. At the same time, Prime Minister of India. Legal sovereignty. Legal sovereignty is the power of the state which is in terms of law. In terms of law. That means the sovereignty power in terms of law. In terms of law. That means based on the law, the sovereignty power enjoyed by one person or group of the person. That is called legal sovereignty. Understood? Here the nominal sovereignty by namesake only, real sovereignty by practical real manner, whereas the legal sovereignty in terms of law. So based on the law, the sovereignty power enjoyed by one person or group of the persons. Here, who are the examples here? For example, President of India in Parliament, President of India in Parliament, and King of or Queen of the England in Parliament of England. They are enjoyed the legal sovereign. That means it's near to nominal sovereign. By law, that means based on the constitution, they enjoyed the power. Based on their name only, the sovereignty power is existed. That's why by law, in terms of law, the President of India is the sovereign in India. The King or Queen of England is the legal sovereign. That's why it's very clear. Legal sovereignty is the sovereignty which is based on the law. Which is based on the law. As per law, they enjoyed the powers. As per law, they enjoyed the powers. That's why, according to the law, they enjoyed the powers. But on their name, some other enjoyed the powers. That's why legal sovereignty is nearly close together with nominal sovereign. Okay, so legal sovereignty, the sovereign power which is enjoyed by nominal sovereign based on the law. Understood? It was protected by law. The power given by law. Law was officially accepted the sovereignty power. So that is called legal sovereignty. Understood? The legal sovereignty in terms of law. So based on the law, the person or the group of the person enjoyed the sovereignty power is called as legal sovereign. Example, President of India in Parliament and the King or Queen of the Britain in the British Parliament. Okay, they are the examples of legal sovereign. So what about the political sovereign? Political sovereignty. It's a very clear. Political sovereignty is the sovereignty power which is behind the legal sovereignty. Which is behind the legal sovereignty. Legal sovereignty by law. Behind the legal sovereignty, one force is existed, one power is existed, that is political sovereignty. According to the Constitution of India, if you take Indian Constitution preamble as the example, who are the source of the power? The people are the source of power. The power vested with whom? People only. Like this, yeah, behind the legal sovereignty, behind the law, some other enjoy the political power, that is called political sovereignty. Understood? Here, who are the examples of political sovereign? Here, sometimes the group of the people enjoyed the political sovereign. Sometimes the public opinion is considered as the political sovereign. Sometimes the representatives of the people considered as the political sovereign. So ultimately, who are the source of the political sovereign? People in democracy. In democracy, who enjoyed? Public opinion is the source of political sovereign, and the people are the source of political sovereign in democracy. Understood? So these are the legal sovereignty, political sovereignty. Okay, so clearly I explained these are the opposite to one another. Nominal sovereignty, real sovereignty is opposite to one another. And these are the opposite. Legal sovereignty, political sovereignty is opposite to one another. Okay, so these two are one category. These two are one more category, another category, and the popular sovereignty. Popular sovereignty is another category of sovereignty. So, according to the popular sovereignty means the sovereignty power which is vested with the people, The sovereignty power enjoyed by the people is called as popular sovereignty. You know very well, Rousseau, he was the contractualist. That means he was one of the famous political philosopher. He proposed social contract theory regarding to the origination of the state. At the time, he concentrated on, gave the more priority to the popular sovereignty. Okay, that means he was the person who developed the popular sovereignty concept. The concept of popular sovereignty developed by whom? Rousseau. According to the Rousseau, the sovereignty power vested with the people only, not by any other person, not by any other group of the persons, not by any other association. Who enjoyed the power according to the Rousseau? People enjoyed the power. According to the Rousseau, people are the source of sovereignty. Nothing but popular sovereignty. If the sovereignty power vested with the people is called as popular sovereignty. Understood? So this is a very important type of sovereignty. According to this, who enjoyed the power? People enjoyed the power. Clear? And you know that if you observe the democracy, if you concentrate on democracy, in the democracy, who are the source of the power? People. The type of sovereignty is called as popular sovereignty. Clear? This is a very important thing. Then, finally, de jure de facto sovereignty. De jure sovereignty, de facto sovereignty. De jure sovereignty, de facto sovereignty is one more category. De jure, you know that? De jure, based on the jurisdiction, based on the law. Who enjoyed the sovereignty power is called as de jure sovereignty power. For example, I am the person I enjoy the sovereignty power on the people and the subjects in the country. Which is approved by law. This power is approved by law. That means the law was considered I am the sovereign. Then I enjoyed the power of de jure sovereign. If his law is not accepted, then I am not considered as sovereign. So that's why de jure sovereign is the sovereignty power which is based on law. For example, if you take in India, the President of India is the example of de jure sovereign, because according to law, the President of India enjoyed the sovereignty power in India. The king or queen enjoyed the sovereignty power in England. So that's why here de jure sovereignty is another type of sovereignty which is based on the law. The sovereignty power enjoyed by law is called as de jure sovereignty. The de facto sovereignty. De facto, but that means based on the real, original, factual manner. the sovereignty power enjoyed by some other. You know that some of the example, for example, in India, the President of India enjoyed the de jure sovereign, the Prime Minister of India enjoyed the de facto sovereign. Sometimes the Prime Minister considered as real sovereign, the factual power enjoyed by the Prime Minister. But here we have to concentrate it on Hitler, Mussolini. You know that Hitler, Mussolini are the famous dictators. They basically formulated for ruling the country, respected countries, based on the de jure sovereign. De jure, sir, as per law, they are considered as de jure sovereign. Then, after some times, they are converted as de facto sovereigns. De facto sovereign. That means original powers they captured. The original powers captured by Mussolini, Hitler at the time. That's why de jure sovereign may convert as de facto sovereign in course of time. Okay, so that's why de jure sovereign, de facto sovereign are the two important types of sovereign. You have to concentrate on this. De jure sovereign means the sovereignty power which is based on law. De facto sovereignty power means the sovereignty which is based on real, practical manner. Understood? Example is that Prime Minister in India and Prime Minister in England. Okay, so you have to give the simple examples. Don't go with Hitler, Mussolini. So give it to Prime Minister and Prime Minister of India, at the same time Prime Minister of England under this de facto sovereign. I thought it's very clear. There are different kinds of sovereignty. One is nominal sovereignty by namesake, real sovereignty by real manner, legal sovereignty by law, and political sovereignty by political manner. That means in democracy, which is existed. At the same time, popular sovereignty, which is based on the people. And the de facto, de jure, de facto sovereignty. They are the important kinds of sovereignty. Here, de facto sovereign may not be considered as de jure sovereign because de facto sovereign came by force. De facto sovereign came by force. If the de facto sovereign approved by law, the de facto sovereign may considered as de jure sovereign. Already we discussed about the Hitler, Mussolini. By force they came to the power without any approval of the people, without any approval of the law. They enjoyed the power by force. Then after some time, they are considered, they are approved by law. They are considered as de jure sovereign. So I thought it's very clear. There are different kinds of sovereignty. Each type of sovereignty is considered as individual 2 marks 1. You have to concentrate on this. Okay. After this, we are going to discuss about different theories of sovereignty. What are the theories of sovereignty? There are two different theories of sovereignty. One is monastic theory. Another one is pluralistic theory. Let us try to understand the theories of sovereignty. Here there are two different theories of sovereignty. One is monastic theory. Another one is pluralistic theory. Let us try to understand monastic theory of sovereignty and pluralistic theory of sovereignty. Pluralistic theory. In examination point of view, any one of them considered as 10 marks 1. Okay, so we have to concentrate on the theories of sovereignty. The theories of sovereignty classified into two categories. That means there are two different theories of sovereignty. One is monastic theory, another one is pluralistic theory. Understood? So what is mean by monistic theory, pluralistic theory? At a glance, we will discuss here. Later on, we are concentrating on very detailed manner. Okay. So monistic theory. Mono means one. That means single. You know very well. The sovereignty means supreme power, and this is the final power. This power enjoyed by state or the citizens and subjects. The sovereignty power enjoyed by the state or the citizens and subjects according to the gene body. So which is unrestrained by law also. If this sovereignty power enjoyed by one person or one group of the persons. Okay, that means which is in mono manner, which is in single manner, which is in one manner is called as monistic theory. Okay, according to the monistic theory, how many members are enjoyed the sovereignty power? One, or single person or single group enjoyed the sovereignty power. According to whom? Who proposed the monistic theory? John Austin. John Austin. John Austin, he was the famous philosopher. He proposed the monastic theory of sovereignty. Okay, in this, one or single person or group enjoyed the sovereignty power. So in this, there was lots of criticism. That means if the power vested with one person, then automatically the person became dictator. The person cannot listen the remaining person's will and wish. Understood? That means what the person said, that is the final. The sovereign, that means who? The person. The command of the sovereign is the law. What the person said, what the sovereign said, that is law. Nobody can break the law. That is monastic theory, nature of the monastic theory. Okay. Then what about the pluralistic theory? Against the monastic theory, one more theory came into picture. That was pluralistic theory. According to the pluralistic theory, no, sovereignty cannot reside with one person. The sovereignty can share with two or more persons, two or more groups. That means this was in plural in nature. Plural in nature. Plural means more than one. More than one. That power enjoyed by more than one. Enjoyed by more than one group or people. That was plural in nature. So that is a pluralistic theory of sovereignty. One Girki proposed the pluralistic theory. Apart from that, some other political philosophers also supported. So he was the prominent person who proposed the pluralistic theory of sovereignty. According to the pluralists, the sovereignty power cannot reside one person. The sovereignty power distributed among the persons. The sovereignty power distributed among the organizations. Here the sovereignty power enjoyed by one organization. For example, here 2 organizations or 3 organizations. More than one organization enjoyed the sovereignty power. Okay.